Welcome, dear friends, to a tranquil journey through the world of Demon Slayer, a series that has captured hearts with its breathtaking animation, deeply human characters, and quiet moments of reflection amidst intense battles. Tonight, we'll explore the intricate details of this world, the origins of Tanjiro's quest, the bonds that tie his family together, and the stories woven into every fight, every breath, every choice. From the creation of the breathing techniques to the emotional struggles of each demon and demon slayer, there is so much to discover beneath the surface of this beautifully crafted universe. Let the gentle flow of these facts guide you and allow the peace of this world to wrap around you like a soft blanket. Now take a slow, deep breath. Feel the weight of the day begin to slip away, your body relaxing with each exhale. The world outside may be bustling, but in this moment we are here, together, in the quiet. Let your thoughts soften and know that with each fact, you are moving closer to rest, closer to a peaceful night's sleep. And if you enjoy drifting through stories like this, you're welcome to subscribe and softly tell me where you're listening from tonight. Now, let us begin our journey into the quiet, magical world of Demon Slayer. Fact 1. The story of Demon Slayer began with a simple yet deeply moving premise: a boy's quest to protect his family and bring his sister back to her human form. Created by Koyoharu Gotuge, the series started as a manga in 2016. The underlying themes of family, sacrifice, and perseverance resonate throughout, as Tanjiro Kamado's journey unfolds across a beautifully drawn, tragic landscape. Each character, whether human or demon, is crafted with such care and depth that their struggles feel like a reflection of our own, quiet, personal battles waged in the darkness, yet always with the light of hope to guide them. Fact 2. Though Demon Slayer was relatively unknown when it first began, it quickly became a worldwide phenomenon. It wasn't just the animation or the action scenes that drew people in. It was the deep emotional connections formed between the characters. Demon Slayer's debut sparked something uniquely powerful in its audience, compelling them to reflect on the fragility of life, the depth of familial bonds, and the quiet strength found in perseverance. The series became one of the fastest selling manga of all time, a testament to the universal appeal of its themes of love, loss, and the healing power of hope. Fact 3. At the heart of Demon Slayer is Tanjiro's Hanafuda earrings, a symbol rich in history and personal meaning. These earrings are not just a token of his family's legacy, they are a key part of Tanjiro's identity. The design, a pattern of red and green, was inspired by traditional Japanese motifs. As the story progresses, these earrings take on greater significance, tying Tanjiro's family to a larger, mysterious past and connecting him to ancient traditions of strength and honor. Their subtle presence throughout the series reminds us that even in the darkest times, our heritage and values guide us through. Fact 4. One of the defining features of Demon Slayer is its innovative use of breathing techniques, an essential element in the battle against demons. These techniques, known as breathing styles, are more than just a method of combat. They represent the harmony between body and spirit. Each style is uniquely tied to the character wielding it, reflecting their personalities, strengths, and struggles. The concept of the breathing styles is deeply rooted in Japanese martial arts, where the mind, body, and breath must all align. This symbolic connection between discipline and growth mirrors the quiet journeys of Tanjiro and his companions. Fact 5. Nezuko, Tanjiro's sister, is one of the most unique and compelling characters in Demon Slayer. As a demon, she struggles against the hunger that threatens to consume her, yet she remains fiercely protective of her brother. The design of Nezuko's character was created with great care to reflect her internal struggle. Her long, flowing hair, gentle eyes, and the bamboo muzzle she wears as a symbol of her battle against her demon nature. Nezuko's journey is not just one of physical transformation, but of emotional growth, as she learns to reconcile her humanity with the demon inside her. Fact 6. The Hashira, the highest ranking demon slayers, each possess their own unique and powerful abilities. But beyond their skills in battle, they are each marked by their own personal struggles and tragedies. For example, Kano Tsuyuri, the insect Hashira, is a character whose calm demeanor hides the intense emotional turmoil of her past. The quiet strength of the Hashira lies not only in their fighting abilities, but in their ability to carry the weight of their losses while continuing to fight for a better world. Their struggles make them relatable, despite their extraordinary skills, reminding us that even the strongest among us carry deep burdens. Fact 7. Demon Slayer is known for its striking visual style, especially the use of vibrant, surreal colors to convey the emotions and powers of both the characters and the world around them. This is particularly evident in the portrayal of the demons. Each demon is more than just a monster. They are tragic figures, often reflecting the darker aspects of humanity. Their designs are intricately detailed, with visual elements like glowing eyes and distorted features that capture their inner torment. The way these demons are drawn blurs the line between the beautiful and the grotesque, making them feel both menacing and sorrowful. Fact 8. The haunting melodies of Demon Slayer's soundtrack play an essential role in establishing the mood of the series. Music has a unique way of tapping into our emotions, and in Demon Slayer, the score is not just an accompaniment to the action, it is a deep, resonant force that enhances the atmosphere. Composed by Yuki Kajiura and Go Shiina, the music often feels like a reflection of the characters' inner struggles, a gentle, almost whispering presence that accompanies their journey. Each note seems to linger in the air, weaving itself into the very fabric of the story, making every moment feel profound. Fact 9. The emotional depth of Demon Slayer is not just in its characters, but in its powerful portrayal of human relationships. Tanjiro's bond with his sister Nezuko is central to the story, but the series also explores the connections between friends, mentors, and even enemies. The delicate balance of love, loss, and forgiveness is woven into the very essence of the narrative. Each relationship, whether it's Tanjiro's friendship with Zenitsu and Inosuke, or the fleeting connections with the demons themselves, reveals a shared humanity that transcends the boundaries between good and evil. The story softly reminds us that at our core, we all seek connection. Fact 10. One of the most poignant aspects of Demon Slayer is its meditation on the fleeting nature of life. The series doesn't shy away from the harsh realities of death, but it also celebrates the moments of beauty and peace found in the quiet pauses between struggles. The characters often take moments to reflect on their pasts, to honor the memories of those they've lost. These moments, small yet significant, remind us that even in a world full of pain, there are brief instances of serenity that make the journey worthwhile. It's a gentle reminder to appreciate the present before it slips away. Fact 11. The animation studio behind Demon Slayer, Ufotable, has received widespread praise for its breathtaking visual storytelling. Known for its meticulous attention to detail, Ufotable's work on Demon Slayer brings the series to life in ways that feel almost otherworldly. The fluidity of the animation, especially during the intense fight sequences, blends traditional hand drawn techniques with modern digital effects, creating a seamless, mesmerizing experience. The studio's ability to capture both the brutality and beauty of the world of Demon Slayer has set new standards for animation, turning each frame into a piece of art in motion. Fact 12. Tanjiro Kamato's character design is one of the most thoughtful aspects of Demon Slayer. His soft, round face, gentle eyes, and ever present kindness are visual markers of his character's depth. Tanjiro is not a typical shonen hero. While many characters of his genre are often defined by their raw power or intense ambition, Tanjiro's design reflects his calm, empathetic nature. His looks contrast sharply with his fierce resolve in battle, creating a duality that makes him both approachable and capable of incredible strength. His design, with its bright colors and rounded features, invites the viewer to trust him, to follow him on his journey. Fact 13. The final selection, scene, one of the most iconic moments in Demon Slayer, was crafted with incredible care, highlighting the delicate balance between fear and hope. During the final selection, Tanjiro faces not only the demons, but also his own self doubt and the immense pressure of his task. The symbolism of this scene is profound, a rite of passage that marks the beginning of Tanjiro's transformation from a simple boy into a resilient demon slayer. The scene's visual beauty, set against a dark, ominous landscape, captures the moment of internal conflict that defines the journey of every hero. Fact 14. The origins of the Demon Slayer breathing styles are rooted in traditional Japanese martial arts. These breathing techniques represent the synchronization of body and mind, allowing the user to fight with both precision and strength. Each breathing style corresponds to the user's character and their experiences, with Tanjiro's water breathing symbolizing his calm and adaptable nature. As Tanjiro progresses, he learns new techniques, each one reflecting his growing emotional strength and spiritual connection to the fight. These styles are not just techniques of combat, but are symbolic of the mental and emotional battles the characters face within themselves. Fact 15. Nezuko's character is a testament to the strength of family bonds. As a demon, Nezuko struggles with the intense hunger for human flesh, yet she maintains her humanity, her love for her brother never wavering. Her design is both beautiful and tragic. Her soft features are at odds with her monstrous strength. The bamboo muzzle she wears serves as a visual reminder of her internal battle and her quiet determination to stay human despite the horrors she faces makes her one of the most compelling characters in the series. Nezuko's story is a silent yet profound meditation on control, restraint, and love. Fact 16. The personalities of the Hashira, the elite demon slayers, are as complex as their fighting abilities. Each Hashira is defined not only by their strength, but by their personal traumas, philosophies, and emotions. For example, Kanao Tsuyuri, the insect Hashira, is a character whose calm demeanor hides the turmoil of her past. She was taken in as a child and trained to be a demon slayer, but her journey is one of personal liberation and discovering her own agency. The Hashira are symbols of the emotional and physical burdens one must carry, their quiet struggles reflecting the realities of living in a world constantly at war. Fact 17. The demons in Demon Slayer are not mere monsters. They are tragic figures who reflect the darker aspects of humanity. Their origins are steeped in sorrow, as many of them were once humans who were turned into demons by Muzan Kibutsuji, the main antagonist. Each demon has its own story of loss and regret, which makes them more than just villains. Their tragic backstories serve as a poignant reminder of the fragility of the human spirit, as well as the consequences of unchecked power. Their monstrous appearance is often juxtaposed with their human emotions, creating a sense of empathy even for those who are enemies. Fact 18. One of the most remarkable aspects of Demon Slayer is its masterful use of sound. The series' soundtrack, composed by Yuki Kajiura and Go Shina, is a blend of traditional Japanese instruments and modern orchestral arrangements, creating a hauntingly beautiful atmosphere. The music complements the action on screen, heightening the emotional impact of each scene. The use of sound is especially effective in moments of tension and introspection, where the music swells gently in the background, guiding the viewer's emotional journey. The soundscapes of Demon Slayer immerse you fully in its world, enveloping you like a soft breeze, comforting and ever present. Fact 19. Tanjiro's interactions with others reveal his character's greatest strength, his kindness. Unlike many protagonists who are driven by revenge or personal ambition, Tanjiro's primary motivation is to protect his loved ones, and this gentleness flows through his relationships with others. His connection to his friends, Zenitsu and Inosuke, is built on mutual respect and deep care, despite their contrasting personalities. Tanjiro's ability to empathize with the demons he faces, even while fighting them, highlights his moral complexity. He is not simply a warrior, but a young man who believes that understanding and compassion can heal even the most broken souls. Fact 20. The visual storytelling in Demon Slayer is one of the reasons it has become such a beloved series. The use of color, light, and shadow is expertly crafted to reflect the inner emotional states of the characters. The contrasts between light and dark are particularly striking. Moments of peace and warmth are bathed in soft golden hues, while the battles are depicted in intense fiery tones. This play of light and dark reflects the internal conflict each character faces, particularly Tanjiro, who is constantly navigating between the peace of his past and the violent world he is now a part of. The art direction allows the viewer to experience the emotional landscape of Demon Slayer not just through the characters' actions, but through the very world they inhabit. Fact 21. The intricate animation of Demon Slayer elevates the series to an art form in itself. Every battle scene is meticulously crafted, blending fluid, graceful movements with intense, raw power. One of the most striking elements is the visual representation of the breathing styles. These techniques are depicted through stunning, almost ethereal displays of light, water, and fire, with each technique taking on its own unique, vivid form. The fight scenes are not merely physical confrontations, they are emotional expressions, with each slash of the sword symbolizing the character's internal struggle and growth. The animation serves as a bridge between action and emotion, bringing the characters' journeys to life in a breathtakingly beautiful way. Fact 22. Tanjiro's unwavering kindness and resolve are among his most defining traits. Unlike many traditional heroes, Tanjiro does not fight out of rage or hatred, but out of love and compassion, especially for his sister, Nezuko. His empathy extends even to the demons he faces, many of whom were once human, driven by their own pain and sorrow. Tanjiro's kindness is what makes him such a powerful protagonist. His heart is what allows him to keep fighting, even when the odds seem insurmountable. His growth is not only in skill, but in the deepening of his compassion, showing that true strength lies in the ability to care. Fact 23. The first demon in Demon Slayer, Muzan Kibutsuji, is not merely a villain, but a symbol of eternal corruption. He is the source of all demons in the series, and his curse is what brings devastation to the world. Muzan's character is defined by his insatiable thirst for power and his cold, calculating nature. He is a master manipulator, able to control his demons with terrifying precision, yet he is not invincible. Despite his overwhelming strength, Muzan's greatest weakness is his fear of death, fear of being surpassed, fear of the inevitable. His tragic backstory is slowly unveiled, adding layers of complexity to his seemingly evil exterior. Fact 24. The themes of sacrifice and perseverance are woven deeply into the fabric of Demon Slayer. Every character, especially the Demon Slayers, must face personal sacrifices in order to continue their fight. Tanjiro sacrifices his peaceful life and his sense of security when he chooses to become a demon slayer, determined to save his sister and protect others. Similarly, the Hashira each have their own burdens, each battle leaving its mark on their bodies and spirits. The constant tension between hope and despair, light and dark, is what makes the series so emotionally resonant, reminding us all that personal growth often requires great sacrifice. Fact 25. The symbolism of water in Demon Slayer is central to Tanjiro's character. As the wielder of water breathing, Tanjiro's sword techniques are represented by the flowing, transformative qualities of water. Water is not just an element of his fighting style, it reflects Tanjiro's personality. It represents his adaptability, his purity, and his ability to go with the flow of life, even when faced with impossible odds. Water, in many cultures, is also a symbol of healing, and this is seen in Tanjiro's ability to bring comfort and solace to those around him, despite the brutal world he inhabits. Fact 26. The relationships between the characters in Demon Slayer are filled with moments of growth and introspection. One of the most poignant relationships is between Tanjiro and his companions, Zenitsu and Inosuke. Despite their very different personalities, the three form a bond rooted in mutual respect and care. Zenitsu, despite his cowardice, grows into a brave warrior when his friends are in danger, and Inosuke, whose brashness hides a deep sense of vulnerability, learns the value of friendship and self-restraint. The series delicately explores the ways in which individuals, no matter how flawed or broken, can find strength in each other. Fact 27. The demons in Demon Slayer are not only monsters to be slain, they are deeply tragic figures. Each demon has a backstory that is rich with pain, love, and regret. Their transformation into demons is often a result of tragic circumstances, betrayal, loss, or betrayal of the human spirit. While they represent the darker side of humanity, they are also a reflection of the characters' struggles with their own darker impulses. The demons are complex, filled with emotions that make them more than just antagonists. Their tragic stories serve as reminders of the fine line between good and evil and the consequences of unchecked desire. Fact 28. The story of Demon Slayer is deeply steeped in Japanese folklore, and many of its elements are inspired by traditional stories and beliefs. The concept of demons, or oni, is a prominent feature in Japanese mythology, and the series takes these ancient stories and reimagines them in a modern context. The demons in Demon Slayer are often inspired by folklore, taking on forms and attributes from traditional stories. The series' attention to detail in how it incorporates these myths adds a layer of depth, creating a world that feels both timeless and uniquely its own. Fact 29. One of the quiet but powerful themes of Demon Slayer is the idea of resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. Tanjiro's journey is not one of grand victories, but of small, persistent steps forward. Every battle is a test of endurance, both physical and mental. Tanjiro's ability to keep moving forward, even when surrounded by loss, is what makes him such an inspiring figure. His resilience, built on love and compassion, proves that true strength doesn't come from being the strongest. It comes from never giving up, even in the face of despair. This lesson resonates deeply with everyone who has faced their own challenges. Fact 30. The color palette used in Demon Slayer plays an important role in setting the tone of the series. The bright, vivid hues used in the characters' clothing and the breathing styles contrast sharply with the darker, more muted tones of the environment. This visual contrast highlights the tension between hope and despair, good and evil, light and dark. The bright colors symbolize the character's inner strength and resolve, while the darker colors represent the oppressive, menacing world they must navigate. This interplay of light and shadow underscores the emotional journey of the characters, allowing the viewer to feel the weight of each battle and triumph. Fact 31. The Demon Slayer universe is filled with rich, symbolic meanings, and one of the most profound symbols is the recurring motif of the moon. The moon represents both light and darkness, serving as a constant reminder of the passage of time, the cycles of life and death, and the duality that exists within every character. This symbolism is especially evident in the design of the demons, many of whom are connected to the moon in one way or another. The phases of the moon reflect the changing nature of the characters and their journeys, showing how even the darkest night can give way to a new dawn. Fact 32. The intricate world building in Demon Slayer creates a universe where every detail, no matter how small, adds meaning to the overall narrative. The demon slaying swords, for instance, are not just weapons, but are symbolic of each slayer's growth and personal journey. The swords change color depending on the user's abilities, which reflects the deep connection between the swordsman and their weapon. This intimate bond between slayer and sword represents the harmony between mind, body, and spirit, a central theme in Demon Slayer, where personal growth and mystic worth of oneself are as important as defeating the demons themselves. Fact 33. Tanjiro's resolve to protect his sister, Nezuko, is the driving force behind his journey, and this bond between siblings is at the heart of the series. Nezuko's transformation into a demon is a constant reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of love. Tanjiro's deep connection to her and his determination to protect her, no matter the cost, becomes a symbol of familial devotion. Their relationship transcends the boundaries of the human and demon worlds, showing that love, even in its most pure and unyielding form, can conquer even the darkest forces. Fact 34. In Demon Slayer, the concept of breathing is more than just a fighting technique, it is a spiritual practice. The breathing styles are designed not only to enhance physical power, but to align the user's body with their emotions and spirit. This connection between body and mind is a key element of the series, as it highlights the importance of self discipline and inner peace in achieving strength. Each breathing style is unique to the character who wields it, reflecting their personality and emotional state. The act of breathing, in a way, becomes a metaphor for controlling one's inner chaos and finding balance. Fact 35. The design of Nezuko's character is both striking and symbolic. Her demon form is a blend of fierce power and tragic beauty. Her eyes, once filled with warmth, are now cold and glowing, reflecting the inner conflict she faces every day. The bamboo muzzle she wears serves as both a literal and figurative restraint, symbolizing her fight against the demon within. Nezuko's struggle to maintain her humanity is central to the emotional depth of the series, and her character design is a reflection of her internal battle, trapped between two worlds, trying to find a path toward redemption. Fact 36. The Demon Slaying. Techniques in Demon Slayer are deeply rooted in Japanese martial arts, but they also carry a deeper spiritual meaning. The breathing styles represent a balance between mind and body, an embodiment of discipline and self control. For example, the water breathing, which Tanjiro wields, represents adaptability and fluidity, qualities that are essential for survival in a world full of chaos and danger. This emphasis on breathing techniques reflects the broader themes of the series, where characters must learn not only how to fight, but also how to control their inner selves in the face of overwhelming odds. Fact 37. The story of Demon Slayer is shaped by themes of loss and the resilience that comes from it. The demons themselves are often tragic figures, born from the sorrow of those who have lost everything. This theme is echoed in the characters of the Demon Slayer Corps, who each carry the weight of personal loss, whether it be the death of family members, the loss of a peaceful life, or the sacrifice of their own well being for the sake of others. These characters embody the idea that true strength is not measured by how much one can endure, but by the capacity to keep going, despite the pain. Fact 38. The importance of memory plays a significant role in Demon Slayer. Memories of the past, particularly those involving family, are a driving force for many of the characters. Tanjiro's memories of his family before the tragedy strike him are a source of strength and motivation as he navigates the harsh world of demon slaying. Similarly, Nezuko's memories of her life as a human shape her actions as a demon. These memories are not merely nostalgic, they are the foundation of their resolve, the guiding light that helps them maintain their humanity in the face of darkness and despair. Fact 39. Demon Slayer is often praised for its portrayal of mental and emotional growth, which is a central theme of the series. Every character, from Tanjiro to the supporting characters, undergoes significant emotional development throughout the story. In particular, Zenitsu and Inosuke, who start off as exaggerated caricatures, become more nuanced characters as their journeys progress. Zenitsu learns to face his fears and act with bravery, while Inosuke learns the value of friendship and humility. These transformations highlight the series' belief in personal growth and the idea that no matter where you start, you can change for the better. Fact 40. The portrayal of death in Demon Slayer is a delicate one, where each loss feels deeply personal. While many anime series may focus on the physical battles, Demon Slayer places a strong emphasis on the emotional consequences of loss. Whether it's the death of a loved one or the loss of innocence, each character is forced to come to terms with the fragility of life. The series doesn't shy away from the sadness of death, but it also underscores the beauty in remembering those we've lost and the ways in which their memory continues to shape our actions. Fact 41. The world of Demon Slayer is one where light and darkness are constantly at odds. This contrast is not only seen in the visual aesthetics, where vibrant colors represent the character's inner strength, while darkness symbolizes the evil of the demons, but also in the emotional depth of the story. The demons themselves are embodiments of darkness, yet their backstories reveal the light that once existed within them, showing that no one is born evil. In contrast, the demon slayers fight not just against these creatures, but also to preserve the light of hope, love, and family in a world full of suffering. Fact 42. The Demon Slayer anime series has brought an incredible level of attention to the original manga, propelling the story into the spotlight worldwide. Ufotable's masterful animation has breathed new life into the series, showcasing stunning fight scenes that have redefined what is possible in anime. The show's breathtaking visuals are enhanced by its music and sound design, which together create an immersive experience. The emotional weight of each scene is heightened by the subtle yet powerful score that underscores the action, making the viewer feel as though they are right there with the characters, sharing in their struggles and victories. Fact 43. In Demon Slayer, the relationship between Tanjiro and Nezuko is one of the most poignant and beautiful aspects of the series. As siblings, their bond is unwavering, and Nezuko's transformation into a demon only strengthens Tanjiro's resolve to save her. Their relationship symbolizes the power of familial love, which transcends the boundaries between life and death. Nezuko's demon nature often forces her to fight against her inner hunger, but her love for Tanjiro and her desire to protect him keep her grounded in humanity. Their journey together is one of sacrifice, struggle, and profound devotion. Fact 44. The breathing styles in Demon Slayer are not just combat techniques, they are an embodiment of the character's spirit and personal growth. Tanjiro's water breathing reflects his calm, adaptable nature, while other characters have their own distinct styles that mirror their personalities. For instance, Zenitsu's thunder breathing reflects his erratic energy and intense emotional state, while Inosuke's beast breathing mirrors his wild, untamed nature. Each style is a manifestation of the character's inner journey, symbolizing the harmony between mind and body. The breathing styles also serve as metaphors for how one must learn to control their emotions in times of crisis. Fact 45. The Hashira, the elite warriors of the Demon Slayer Corps, each carry a heavy emotional burden. While they are skilled in combat, they are also defined by the trauma and sacrifices they have endured. The Hashira have all suffered personal loss, whether it be the death of a loved one or the guilt of failing to protect others. Despite their grief, they continue to fight, driven by a sense of duty and a desire to protect those who cannot protect themselves. Their struggles reflect the deeper theme of Demon Slayer, that true strength comes not from avoiding pain, but from facing it with courage. Fact 46. The art of Demon Slayer is one of the most visually captivating aspects of the series. The use of light, shadow, and color is extraordinary, with each scene meticulously crafted to convey the emotional tone of the story. For instance, during intense battle scenes, the backgrounds often shift to reflect the turmoil and chaos of the characters' inner struggles. In contrast, the peaceful moments, such as Tanjiro's memories of his family, are bathed in soft, warm tones, creating a sense of nostalgia and comfort. This thoughtful use of color enhances the storytelling, allowing the viewer to feel the emotions of each moment. Fact 47. The pacing in Demon Slayer is another element that contributes to its emotional depth. While the series contains plenty of action packed moments, it also takes time to slow down and explore the inner lives of its characters. This balance between action and introspection gives the series its unique emotional texture. In quieter moments, we get a chance to reflect on the characters' struggles, their hopes, and their dreams. These moments of pause allow the viewer to connect more deeply with the characters, making the intense battle scenes all the more impactful and emotionally resonant when they do arrive. Fact 48. Zenitsu Agatsuma is often portrayed as a comic relief character, yet beneath his fearful exterior lies a deep well of courage. Zenitsu's character arc is a journey of growth and self discovery. While he initially appears cowardly and reluctant to fight, he eventually rises to the occasion when it matters most. His transformation highlights the theme of overcoming one's fears and finding strength in moments of vulnerability. Zenitsu's bravery is not about being fearless, rather, it's about pushing through his fears in order to protect those he loves. This makes him a deeply relatable character for anyone who has faced their own insecurities. Fact 49. The demons in Demon Slayer are often portrayed as tragic figures, and their backstories are a key component of the series. Each demon has a unique history that explains how they became what they are, and many of them were once human beings who suffered great loss or were consumed by their desires. The series doesn't portray the demons as purely evil. Instead, it explores the consequences of their choices and the events that led them to become monsters. This approach adds a layer of complexity to the story, showing that even the most monstrous creatures were once people with their own stories to tell. Fact 50. The theme of sacrifice is deeply woven into the fabric of Demon Slayer. Every character, from Tanjiro to the supporting cast, faces moments where they must choose to sacrifice something important in order to achieve their goals. For Tanjiro, the ultimate sacrifice is his innocence and his sense of security as he embarks on a journey that will forever alter the course of his life. The sacrifices made by the characters are not just physical, they also involve emotional and spiritual costs. In the end, the series emphasizes that true strength is found in the willingness to give up something precious for the greater good. Fact 51. One of the key elements in Demon Slayer is its exploration of the theme of identity. Tanjiro's journey is not just about defeating demons, but about understanding who he is, where he comes from, and what he's willing to sacrifice for the ones he loves. His journey towards becoming a demon slayer is one of self discovery as he learns to trust in his own strength and character. For Nezuko, the struggle to retain her humanity despite being a demon is a powerful reminder that our identities are shaped not only by our actions, but by our ability to hold on to what makes us who we are. Fact 52. The power of memories plays a significant role in Demon Slayer. The memories of Tanjiro's family are what fuel his journey, keeping him grounded even as he faces unimaginable challenges. In particular, the memory of his mother's love and warmth is a constant source of strength for him. Nezuko, too, is motivated by memories of her human life and the bond she shares with her brother. These memories serve as a reminder that even in the darkest of times, our past can provide the strength we need to overcome obstacles and find our way forward. Fact 53. Zenitsu's transformation from a fearful, anxious boy to a courageous warrior is one of the most satisfying character arcs in Demon Slayer. Zenitsu's fear often holds him back, yet it is precisely his deep fear that allows him to tap into his true potential. In moments of danger, Zenitsu's fear is what triggers his incredible power, allowing him to fight with the speed and precision of the thunder-breathing techniques. His character teaches us that bravery is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act even when fear threatens to overwhelm us. Fact 54. The Hashira are more than just powerful fighters. They represent different aspects of human resilience and strength. Each of the Hashira has a distinct personality, and their individual struggles make them relatable and compelling. Take Kanao Tsuyuri, the insect Hashira, whose calm and composed exterior hides a deep internal struggle with her past. Despite their differences, the Hashira share a common sense of duty and sacrifice. They all carry the weight of their respective pasts, and their dedication to the mission of the Demon Slayer Corps is a testament to the power of perseverance in the face of loss. Fact 55. Demon Slayer is notable for how it handles the idea of fate and destiny. Throughout the series, characters are often confronted with the feeling that their paths are preordained, and yet they struggle to carve out their own futures. Tanjiro's journey is one of breaking free from the chains of fate as he chooses to fight for his family's survival and for the lives of those he loves. The series suggests that while destiny may play a role in shaping our lives, it is our choices, our actions, and our willingness to change that define us. Fact 56. The demons in Demon Slayer are not mere antagonists, but tragic characters with complex emotions and motives. Many of them were once human beings who lived ordinary lives before being turned into demons by Muzan Kibutsuji. Their backstories reveal the deep sorrow, regret, and pain that led them to become monsters. In a sense, they are victims of their circumstances, and their tragic transformation highlights the theme of the consequences of unchecked power. Demon Slayer doesn't just depict the demons as evil, it shows that, in many cases, they are just broken souls searching for redemption. Fact 57. The emotional depth of Demon Slayer is heightened by the philosophical undercurrents that run throughout the series. One of the key themes explored is the concept of sacrifice. Tanjiro and his companions constantly face the difficult choice between personal sacrifice and the greater good. Whether it's risking their lives to protect others or enduring the loss of loved ones, the characters are forced to confront the harsh reality that sacrifice is sometimes necessary in order to achieve something greater. This philosophical perspective adds a layer of depth to the story, showing that true strength is often born from the willingness to let go. Fact 58. The visual beauty of Demon Slayer is enhanced by its unique portrayal of the breathing styles, which are depicted through stunning and symbolic imagery. Each breathing style is represented by an elemental force, such as water, fire, or the wind. The fluidity of these styles, especially in their most intense moments, embodies the character's mastery over their own emotions and strength. These breathtaking visual representations are not merely for spectacle, they symbolize the character's emotional growth, showing how their internal battles are reflected in the external world around them. The art of Demon Slayer is as much about inner transformation as it is about physical prowess. Fact 59. Unosuke Hashibira's character is defined by his fierce, untamed personality and his struggle to find his place in the world. Raised by boars, Inosuke initially appears wild and aggressive, eager to fight anyone who challenges him. However, as his character develops, we see that Inosuke is not just a brash warrior, he is also deeply sensitive and in need of connection. His journey is one of self discovery as he learns to trust others and accept the bonds of friendship. Inosuke's character arc emphasizes the importance of emotional vulnerability and the strength that comes from forming meaningful connections. Fact 60. The themes of family and loyalty are deeply intertwined throughout Demon Slayer. Tanjiro's unwavering commitment to his sister, Nezuko, drives his every decision. This bond between them is the emotional core of the series, illustrating the lengths to which Tanjiro will go to protect his loved ones. The relationships between the members of the Demon Slayer Corps are similarly defined by loyalty, as each warrior is willing to sacrifice their own well being for the sake of the greater good. In Demon Slayer, family is not just about blood, it's about the connections we form with others and the loyalty we give to those who matter most. Fact 61. The Demon Slayer series thrives on its ability to blend intense action with moments of stillness and reflection. While the battles are explosive and visually stunning, they are always balanced by quiet moments that allow the characters' emotional journeys to take center stage. Tanjiro's internal struggles, his constant battle between his desire to protect his loved ones and the overwhelming grief of their loss, are given space to breathe. These moments of introspection invite the viewer to reflect on their own emotional experiences, allowing the series to resonate on a deeper, more personal level beyond just the spectacle of the action. Fact 62. The relationship between Tanjiro and his father is a quiet yet pivotal element in the series. Though his father is not a central character in the narrative, his influence looms large over Tanjiro's journey. His teachings about compassion, strength, and the importance of family resonate deeply within Tanjiro, shaping his actions and decisions throughout the story. In many ways, Tanjiro's father represents the ideals that Tanjiro strives to live by. This relationship, though never explicitly stated, is a foundational aspect of Tanjiro's character, reminding us that the wisdom passed down through family can guide us, even in our darkest moments. Fact 63. Demon Slayer masterfully explores the nature of power and how it is wielded. Throughout the series, power is portrayed not as an inherent trait of the strong, but as something that must be honed, controlled, and used for the greater good. Tanjiro, despite being a skilled warrior, constantly struggles with controlling his emotions and his strength. His journey is not just one of physical growth, but of emotional maturity. The series teaches that true power lies not in brute strength, but in the ability to maintain balance, to keep one's emotions in check and to use that power to protect and heal. Fact 64. The character of Muzan Kibutsuji is the embodiment of unchecked ambition and power. Muzan's pursuit of immortality and his control over the demons he creates are driven by his overwhelming desire to conquer death itself. However, Muzan's character is also a reflection of the human fear of mortality and the lengths one might go to avoid it. His relentless drive for perfection and control makes him a deeply tragic figure, one who has sacrificed his humanity in an attempt to escape the natural cycle of life and death. Muzan's actions serve as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked desires and the cost of striving for immortality. The use of symbolism in Demon Slayer is subtle yet powerful. One of the most prominent symbols in the series is the recurring motif of the sun. The sun, often depicted in warm, golden tones, represents both hope and the promise of a new day. It is also tied to Tanjiro's heritage and the powerful sun-breathing technique that he learns throughout the series. The sun's symbolism serves as a reminder that no matter how dark or difficult the night may seem, a new day is always on the horizon, bringing with it the potential for growth, renewal, and hope. Fact 66. The concept of forgiveness is woven into the fabric of Demon Slayer, particularly in Tanjiro's approach to the demons he encounters. While most demon slayers are focused on eliminating their enemies, Tanjiro approaches each fight with a sense of empathy. He often shows compassion for the demons he battles, acknowledging the humanity that remains within them. This ability to forgive, even in the face of great loss, is one of Tanjiro's most defining traits. It is a reflection of the series' deeper message that true strength lies not in vengeance or hatred, but in the ability to forgive and move forward. Fact 67. The world of Demon Slayer is intricately designed to reflect the struggles of the human soul. The settings, whether they be tranquil villages, dense forests, or dark, ominous caves, often mirror the internal emotional landscapes of the characters. The bleak, oppressive environments where many of the battles take place reflect the weight of the characters' burdens, while the quieter, peaceful locations, such as Tanjiro's childhood home, symbolize moments of hope and connection. This careful design allows the viewer to feel the emotional highs and lows of the characters, immersing them in the emotional journey rather than just the physical one. Fact 68. The importance of mentorship and guidance is another key theme in Demon Slayer. Throughout the series, Tanjiro and his companions are mentored by more experienced demon slayers who impart their wisdom and teach them the ways of combat. But the mentorship goes beyond mere training. It is about passing down values, discipline, and a sense of purpose. The relationships between the mentors and their students reflect the importance of learning from others and carrying forward the knowledge and wisdom of previous generations. This theme of mentorship also underscores the idea that we are all connected through the lessons we learn and share with others. Fact 69. The bond between Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke is one of the most heartwarming aspects of Demon Slayer. Despite their differences, the trio forms an unbreakable bond of friendship and loyalty. Zenitsu, with his cowardice and insecurities, and Inosuke, with his brash and impulsive nature, both grow alongside Tanjiro, each learning important lessons about courage, trust, and selflessness. Their bond shows that even in the darkest of times, Friendship and trust can be powerful sources of strength. This sense of camaraderie provides both emotional warmth and narrative richness, making the trio's journey one of the most relatable and endearing aspects of the series. Fact 70. The final selection, where Tanjiro begins his journey as a demon slayer, is a defining moment in the series, marking the transition from childhood to adulthood. It is here that Tanjiro is first confronted with the harsh realities of the world he now inhabits, where survival is never guaranteed and death is always looming. The final selection scene is filled with symbolism, representing not only the physical challenges Tanjiro faces, but also the emotional and spiritual growth he must undergo. It is a moment of transformation where he must shed the last remnants of his past life and embrace the responsibilities that come with being a demon slayer. Fact 71. The world of Demon Slayer is shaped by themes of sacrifice, duty, and the enduring fight against darkness. The Demon Slayers, especially Tanjiro, embody the idea of selflessness, constantly putting others' needs before their own. Tanjiro's dedication to protecting Nezuko and avenging his family is not driven by personal glory or revenge, but by a sense of responsibility to those who cannot defend themselves. This sense of duty is what makes him such a compelling hero. His unwavering commitment to his mission, even when the road ahead seems endless and filled with pain, demonstrates that true strength often comes from sacrifice. Fact 72. In Demon Slayer, the contrast between light and darkness is not just a visual motif, but a reflection of the internal struggles faced by the characters. The light represents hope, purity, and the possibility of redemption, while the darkness symbolizes pain, loss, and the corrupting power of the demons. This duality is particularly evident in the way the demons themselves are portrayed, each one a tragic figure with a past filled with pain, regret, and a desperate longing for something more. Their existence serves as a constant reminder that light and darkness exist within everyone, and it is our choices that define us. Fact 73. The symbolism of Tanjiro's sword is deeply tied to his personal growth and his connection to his family's past. The sword itself is not just a weapon, it is a tool of transformation, symbolizing Tanjiro's journey from a simple boy to a formidable warrior. Its color changes as Tanjiro's skills evolve, representing his inner strength and the mastery he gains over the breathing styles. Each time Tanjiro faces a demon, his sword becomes a physical manifestation of his emotional and mental development, showing that his true strength lies not in the weapon itself, but in his own growth as a person. Fact 74. The character development in Demon Slayer is one of the series' most striking features. Every major character, from Tanjiro to the supporting cast, undergoes significant emotional and psychological growth throughout the story. Zenitsu, for example, begins as a character defined by fear and cowardice, but as the series progresses, he learns to overcome his insecurities and becomes a brave warrior. Inosuke, too, transforms from a reckless, hot-headed character into someone who values friendship and self-control. This growth is a core theme of the series, reminding us that true strength comes from within and that we all have the capacity to change and grow. Fact 75. One of the unique aspects of Demon Slayer is its exploration of the relationship between fear and courage. While many anime heroes are portrayed as fearless, Tanjiro and his companions are deeply aware of their own vulnerabilities. Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke all face their fears head on, and their bravery is not the absence of fear, but their ability to push forward despite it. This theme makes the characters deeply relatable and their moments of victory all the more meaningful. It teaches us that courage isn't about being fearless, it's about acting even when fear is present, and sometimes that is the greatest strength. Fact 76. The quiet moments in Demon Slayer are often just as impactful as the intense action scenes. Whether it's Tanjiro reflecting on his family or Nezuko silently protecting her brother, these moments of stillness give the viewer a chance to connect with the characters on a deeper emotional level. The series doesn't just rely on fast paced battles to tell its story, it also takes the time to explore the characters' emotions, their internal struggles, and the bonds that hold them together. This balance between action and introspection makes Demon Slayer not just an adventure, but a heartfelt journey of personal growth. Fact 77. The demons in Demon Slayer are often portrayed as tragic figures, and their backstories add a layer of complexity to the series. Many of the demons were once human beings who were turned into monsters by Muzan Kibutsuji. These characters are not merely evil creatures, but people who have been consumed by sorrow, anger, and regret. The demons' stories are filled with moments of humanity, showing that even the most monstrous beings were once innocent. This portrayal of the demons as tragic victims rather than mere villains adds depth to the story and encourages viewers to consider the consequences of unchecked power and despair. Fact 78. The theme of perseverance is a cornerstone of Demon Slayer. The characters face overwhelming odds throughout the series, but they continue to fight, never giving up despite the darkness around them. Tanjiro's unwavering determination to save Nezuko and avenge his family drives him forward, even when the battles seem endless and the losses feel unbearable. This theme of perseverance is not just about physical strength, but about emotional resilience. The character's ability to keep going, to rise after every fall, is what makes them so inspiring. It's a reminder that no matter the obstacles in our path, we too can find the strength to persevere. Fact 79. The final selection scene in Demon Slayer is a pivotal moment in Tanjiro's journey, marking the point where he fully commits to becoming a Demon Slayer. During this brutal trial, Tanjiro faces both physical and emotional challenges that test his resolve and push him to his limits. The final selection is not just a test of strength, but a test of character. It is here that Tanjiro's sense of duty, compassion, and resilience are forged. This moment symbolizes his transition from a grieving son to a warrior who is ready to fight for his family and protect others from the demons that plague the world. Fact 80. One of the most striking features of Demon Slayer is its ability to blend action with emotion. The fight scenes are intense and visually stunning, but they are always grounded in the characters' personal struggles. Each battle is more than just a physical confrontation. It is a reflection of the characters' inner turmoil, their growth, and their emotional journey. Tanjiro's fights are especially poignant, as they often represent his internal struggle between his desire for vengeance and his need to protect. This fusion of action and emotion makes the series both thrilling and deeply moving, resonating with viewers on a profound level. Fact 81. One of the most remarkable aspects of Demon Slayer is its ability to shift from light-hearted moments to deeply emotional scenes with ease. While the series features intense action and moments of violence, It also takes time to develop its characters through quieter, more intimate moments. For example, Zenitsu's transformation from a fearful and anxious character to a courageous warrior is both heartwarming and inspiring. These moments of personal growth are balanced by the friendships Tanjiro forms, reminding us that even in the face of danger, there is always room for compassion, connection, and laughter. Fact 82. The portrayal of Tanjiro as a protagonist in Demon Slayer breaks many of the traditional molds often seen in shonen heroes. He is not driven by a desire for glory or revenge, but rather by a deep sense of love, compassion, and responsibility. His journey is not only about becoming stronger, but about maintaining his humanity amidst the chaos of the world around him. Tanjiro's kindness and empathy allow him to understand both the demons he fights and the humans he protects. This emotional intelligence makes him a unique and relatable hero, one whose strength lies in his ability to care. Fact 83. The world building in Demon Slayer is rich with detail, but it is also incredibly grounded. While the story is set in a fantastical universe filled with demons and mystical powers, the characters' motivations and struggles are deeply human. Each demon slayer faces internal battles, fear, guilt, grief, alongside their external fight against the demons. This blend of the supernatural with the deeply personal gives the series its emotional depth. The world of Demon Slayer is not just a backdrop for action, but a reflection of the characters' internal worlds, making the story feel all the more immersive and real. Fact 84. Demon Slayer excels at creating emotional moments through the use of quiet storytelling techniques. Often, key emotional developments are not shouted through dialogue or action, but instead unfold in subtle, almost silent moments. Tanjiro's determination to protect Nezuko, for instance, is often communicated through small, tender actions, like his soft expressions or his quiet thoughts as he fights. This understated approach allows for a deeper emotional connection with the characters, making the moments of catharsis all the more powerful when they do arrive. It's a gentle reminder that sometimes the most powerful emotions are those left unspoken. Fact 85. The fight scenes in Demon Slayer are some of the most beautifully choreographed in modern anime. They are not just about physical strength, but also about emotional and symbolic stakes. The way each character moves during a fight reflects their emotional state and their personal growth. For example, when Tanjiro fights, his movements often reflect his connection to his family and his desire to protect others. In contrast, the demon's movements are chaotic and wild, symbolizing their loss of control over their own desires. These subtle details in the animation serve to make the battles more than just action. They become a visual representation of the character's internal struggles. Fact 86. Nezuko's transformation into a demon is one of the central conflicts of Demon Slayer, and her character arc reflects the series' deeper themes of transformation, redemption, and the fight against one's inner darkness. Despite becoming a demon, Nezuko retains much of her humanity, often fighting the hunger that threatens to consume her. Her journey is one of maintaining her sense of self, of resisting the overwhelming urge to give in to the demon within. This internal struggle is a metaphor for the larger battle that every character faces: how to maintain their humanity when confronted with overwhelming darkness. Fact 87. The demons in Demon Slayer are not just mindless monsters, they are individuals who were once human, each with their own stories and struggles. This adds a layer of complexity to the series, as the demon slayers are not merely fighting evil, but are confronting the consequences of human pain and suffering. Many demons have tragic backstories, often involving deep loss or betrayal. These demons reflect the theme that anyone, given the right circumstances, could be pushed to the edge, blurring the line between hero and villain. This complexity encourages the audience to reflect on the nature of good and evil, showing that the line between the two is often not as clear as it may seem. Fact 88, one of the subtle but impactful elements of Demon Slayer, is the way the series explores grief and loss. Throughout the series, the characters are forced to confront the loss of loved ones, whether it's Tanjiro's family, Zenitsu's mentor, or the Hashira's fallen comrades. The series handles grief in a way that feels authentic. Characters mourn their losses deeply, yet they continue to move forward, driven by a sense of purpose. This exploration of grief adds emotional depth to the story, reminding us that while loss is inevitable, it does not define who we are. It is our response to loss that shapes us. Fact 89. The breathing styles in Demon Slayer are not just unique fighting techniques, they are reflections of the characters' personalities and emotions. Each breathing style is designed to match the individual who wields it, symbolizing their strengths, weaknesses, and inner struggles. For example, Tanjiro's water breathing is fluid and adaptable, reflecting his calm and nurturing nature, while Zenitsu's thunder breathing mirrors his bursts of energy and fear. Inosuke's beast breathing, wild and untamed, reflects his brash personality and his internal chaos. These unique styles add a level of complexity to the series, showing that the character's internal growth is reflected in the way they fight. Fact 90. The power of mentorship is a recurring theme in Demon Slayer, particularly through the relationships between the main characters and their mentors. Tanjiro's training under Sakonji Urokodaki is not just about learning how to fight demons. It's about learning how to live with purpose, how to maintain integrity in a world that often feels overwhelming. The guidance Tanjiro receives teaches him not only the physical skills needed to fight, but also the mental and emotional strength required to persevere. This mentorship, which is rooted in mutual respect and trust, forms the foundation of Tanjiro's journey and reminds us that growth often comes from those who guide us. Fact 91. The intricate world building of Demon Slayer is not limited to its characters and plot. It extends to the environment itself. The different regions of the world, each with its unique settings, moods, and cultural elements, reflect the emotional landscape of the characters. For example, the deep forests where Tanjiro and others train symbolize the solitude and introspection required to master their skills. In contrast, the bustling villages reflect the warmth of community and the bonds of family. These settings are more than just backdrops, they are an integral part of the story, enhancing the emotional and thematic elements of the series. Fact 92. The theme of self acceptance is explored through several characters in Demon Slayer, particularly Tanjiro. Throughout his journey, he is constantly tested, not only in terms of physical strength, but also in his ability to accept who he is and the responsibilities that come with being a demon slayer. Tanjiro's unwavering belief in his own goodness, even when faced with tremendous challenges, encourages the viewer to do the same in their own lives. This theme of self acceptance is not just about overcoming external obstacles, but about finding peace with oneself, even in the face of overwhelming odds. Fact 93: the art style of Demon Slayer plays a critical role in establishing the tone and atmosphere of the series. The soft, sweeping lines in the character designs contrast sharply with the intensity of the action scenes, creating a unique visual dynamic that enhances the emotional weight of the story. The use of vibrant colors during battle scenes, especially when depicting the breathing styles, is symbolic of the character's inner growth and transformation. These visual elements help to convey the emotions and struggles of the characters, making their journey feel all the more visceral and impactful. Fact 94: in Demon Slayer, there is a constant tension between duty and personal desire. This tension is particularly evident in the Hashira, the elite demon slayers, who must constantly balance their personal feelings with their sense of duty to protect others. Many of the Hashira, despite their incredible power, have faced personal loss and struggle with the burden of their responsibilities. Their journey is about learning to reconcile these two conflicting aspects of their lives, wanting to protect those they love, while being forced to confront the inevitable sacrifices that come with being a part of the Demon Slayer Corps. Fact 95: the theme of finding peace in the face of suffering is one of the most profound elements of Demon Slayer. The characters are frequently confronted with immense loss and pain, yet they continue to find ways to cope with and move beyond their grief. Tanjiro's journey is a testament to this idea. Despite losing his family and his own peace, he continues to search for ways to restore balance and healing in his life. This theme resonates with viewers on a deep emotional level, reminding us that while suffering is an unavoidable part of life, it is possible to find peace and purpose despite it. Fact 96: Demon Slayer explores the concept of moral ambiguity through its portrayal of demons. While they are unquestionably dangerous, many of the demons were once humans who were turned into monsters by Muzan. Their tragic backstories reveal the pain and suffering that led them to become what they are. In this way, the series invites the viewer to reflect on the nature of good and evil. It asks whether anyone is truly beyond redemption and whether the demons are simply victims of their circumstances. This exploration of moral gray areas challenges the audience to reconsider how they view the world and the people around them. Fact 97: the importance of family is a central theme in Demon Slayer, and Tanjiro's relationship with his sister Nezuko is the heart of the story. Their bond goes beyond the typical sibling connection. It represents the lengths one will go to for loved ones. Despite Nezuko's transformation into a demon, Tanjiro never wavers in his commitment to protect her, even when faced with enormous obstacles. This unconditional love and loyalty resonate deeply with viewers, serving as a reminder of the power of family and the lengths to which we are willing to go to protect those we care about. Fact 98: the depiction of Tanjiro's unwavering compassion for both his allies and enemies is one of the defining qualities of his character. Unlike many protagonists in action-oriented anime, Tanjiro doesn't seek vengeance or fight out of anger. Instead, he fights to protect, to save, and to understand. Even when battling demons who have caused untold suffering, Tanjiro approaches them with empathy, recognizing their humanity and the pain they've endured. This level of compassion is rare in a world so filled with darkness, and it shows that true strength is not about power, but about understanding and kindness. Fact 99. The power of symbolism in Demon Slayer is subtle but profound. One of the most prominent symbols in the series is the recurring motif of the flower. Flowers appear throughout the story as a representation of beauty, growth, and the fleeting nature of life. In particular, the flower symbolizes the characters' emotional journeys and the temporary moments of peace they experience in between battles. The transient beauty of the flowers reflects the delicate balance between life and death that the characters must navigate, and it serves as a reminder to cherish the present moment before it fades away. Fact 100. The theme of resilience in Demon Slayer is explored not just through Tanjiro, but through every character in the series. Each character faces personal hardships, from the trauma of losing loved ones to the physical and emotional toll of being a demon slayer. However, they all continue to push forward, driven by their own motivations and a deep sense of purpose. This resilience, despite overwhelming odds, is what makes the characters so relatable. It teaches viewers that while life may be filled with challenges, the strength to overcome them comes from within, and the will to keep going is a power we all possess. Fact 101. In Demon Slayer, the concept of legacy is explored through the stories of the characters' ancestors and mentors. Tanjiro's journey is deeply influenced by the teachings of his father and the legacy of his family. Despite the tragedy of losing them, Tanjiro carries their memory and the lessons they taught him throughout his journey. This theme of legacy is mirrored in the other characters, such as the Hashira, who are often burdened by the weight of their predecessors' expectations. The series teaches that our actions and beliefs are not only shaped by our own experiences, but also by the legacy left by those who came before us. Fact 102. The demons in Demon Slayer are portrayed with a deep sense of tragedy, and their transformation into monsters is a direct consequence of their pain and suffering. Muzan Kibutsuji's cruel act of turning humans into demons is an act of destruction that robs them of their humanity. However, many of the demons are shown to retain traces of their former selves, making them sympathetic characters in their own right. The series explores the theme of redemption, questioning whether those who have fallen into darkness can ever return to the light. These demons, though monstrous, serve as a reflection of the human condition. Fact 103. The importance of trust is a recurring theme in Demon Slayer. Tanjiro's journey is not just about battling demons, but about trusting himself, his companions, and the relationships he forms along the way. Zenitsu, Inosuke, and Nezuko all serve as vital partners in Tanjiro's quest, and their trust in one another is what allows them to overcome obstacles. Tanjiro's trust in his own instincts and abilities grows as he continues his journey, showing that belief in oneself and the people around you is a powerful force. Trust is portrayed as a fundamental pillar of the human experience, allowing the characters to navigate even the darkest moments. Fact 104. The relationship between Tanjiro and Nezuko is the heart of Demon Slayer. Despite Nezuko's transformation into a demon, she retains a deep love and affection for her brother. Tanjiro, in turn, refuses to give up on her, determined to find a way to return her to her human form. This bond between siblings is portrayed as unbreakable, with both characters fighting for each other's survival and well-being. Their relationship highlights the theme of familial love and sacrifice, showing that family is not just about blood, it's about the deep, unwavering connection that exists between those who care for one another. Fact 105: Zenitsu's character arc is one of the most profound in Demon Slayer. While he initially appears to be a coward and a source of comic relief, Zenitsu's true strength is revealed over time. When faced with danger, Zenitsu often collapses in fear, yet in moments of intense peril, he taps into his incredible power, moving with lightning speed. Zenitsu's fear is a central aspect of his character, and his growth throughout the series teaches us that courage does not come from the absence of fear, but from the ability to act despite it. His journey is one of self acceptance and discovering his true potential. Fact 106: In Demon Slayer, the theme of duality is explored through the characters' internal struggles. Many of the characters are torn between two opposing forces within themselves: good and evil, love and hate, strength and weakness. Tanjiro, for example, is constantly battling the demon inside Nezuko, while also fighting to protect the humanity she has left. This internal conflict mirrors the larger struggle between demons and demon slayers, as each character grapple with their own personal demons. The series suggests that everyone carries both light and darkness within them, and the true challenge lies in learning to balance these forces. Fact 107: The breathing styles in Demon Slayer are not just fighting techniques, they are symbolic of the character's personal growth and emotional journeys. Each breathing style represents a different aspect of the character's psyche. Tanjiro's water breathing symbolizes his adaptability and fluidity, while Zenitsu's thunder breathing reflects his emotional volatility and bursts of courage. Inosuke's beast breathing is a reflection of his primal nature and wild energy. The breathing styles are deeply intertwined with the characters' emotional arcs, showing that mastery over oneself is as important as mastering the techniques they use in battle. Fact 108: The visual storytelling in Demon Slayer is one of the key elements that make the series so captivating. The animation style is incredibly fluid, with every movement seeming to tell its own story. The series uses color and light to convey emotions, with darker tones representing sorrow and brighter hues symbolizing hope and victory. The breathing styles, in particular, are portrayed with stunning visual effects, turning every battle into a dynamic display of beauty and power. This attention to visual detail enhances the emotional depth of the series, allowing the audience to experience the characters' struggles on a more visceral level. Fact 109: Demon Slayer explores the idea of inner strength and resilience through its characters. While the physical battles are intense and visually striking, the series often emphasizes the emotional and mental strength required to face adversity. Tanjiro's resilience is a central aspect of his character, as he endures numerous challenges, both physical and emotional, without giving up on his mission. His ability to maintain hope and compassion, even in the darkest times, shows that true strength lies not just in physical power, but in the ability to remain steadfast in the face of overwhelming odds. Fact 110: The complex relationship between humans and demons in Demon Slayer is a central theme that explores the nature of monstrosity and humanity. The demons in the series were once humans, and many of them retain traces of their former selves. This creates a paradox in which the demon slayers are forced to kill creatures that were once like them. Tanjiro's ability to empathize with the demons he faces, seeing them not just as enemies, but as tragic figures, adds a layer of complexity to the story. It forces the audience to confront the question: what makes someone truly monstrous, and can they ever be redeemed? Fact 111. One of the most compelling aspects of Demon Slayer is the way it blends fantasy and reality. While the world is filled with supernatural elements, demons, and fantastical creatures, the characters remain grounded in deeply human emotions. This contrast creates a world that feels both otherworldly and familiar, where the fantastical elements serve to highlight the very real struggles of the characters. The series shows us that even in a world filled with demons, the characters' experiences with loss, love, and growth are universal, and that the power of the human spirit transcends the boundaries of fantasy. Fact 112. Demon Slayer features a beautifully crafted soundtrack that perfectly complements the mood and tone of the series. The music is subtle but powerful, often heightening the emotional impact of key scenes. Composers Yuki Kajiura and Go Shina have created a score that blends traditional Japanese instruments with orchestral elements, giving the soundtrack a timeless feel. The music captures the emotional essence of the characters' journeys, from the quiet, reflective moments to the intense, action packed battles. The soundtrack becomes an extension of the story itself, underscoring the emotional highs and lows and adding an extra layer of depth to the experience. Fact 113. The bond between Tanjiro and Nezuko is not only one of sibling love, but also one of shared trauma. Both of them have experienced immense loss, Tanjiro losing his family, and Nezuko losing her humanity. Despite this, they cling to each other as a source of strength. Their relationship is one of the emotional cores of the series, and it is depicted with great tenderness. Tanjiro's unwavering dedication to protecting Nezuko and Nezuko's silent yet strong desire to protect him shows the depth of their bond. Their connection serves as a reminder that love, even in the darkest times, is a source of immense power. Fact 114. The role of sacrifice is a recurring theme throughout Demon Slayer, and it is often depicted as a necessary part of growth. Whether it's the sacrifices made by Tanjiro in his fight to protect his sister, or the personal costs that other characters endure in their mission to slay demons, sacrifice is shown as an integral part of the journey. This theme reflects the idea that achieving something meaningful often requires giving up something precious. Demon Slayer doesn't shy away from showing the painful consequences of sacrifice, but it also highlights the strength that comes from the willingness to endure hardship for a greater cause. Fact 115. The themes of fate and free will are explored in Demon Slayer, particularly in how characters respond to the circumstances they face. While the characters are often confronted with overwhelming odds and seemingly predetermined outcomes, they consistently choose to act with courage and determination. This tension between fate and free will is most evident in Tanjiro's journey. Although his path seems set by the tragedy of his family's death and Nezuko's transformation, Tanjiro continuously chooses how he will respond to the challenges he faces. The series ultimately suggests that while we may not control everything in our lives, the choices we make still shape our destiny. Fact 116. The demons in Demon Slayer are often portrayed with a tragic backstory, which adds depth to the series. These demons are not born evil, but rather They are created through the pain, anger, and sorrow that they experienced in their past lives. Muzan Kibutsuji's transformation of humans into demons is a key element of this, as it shows that demons are not inherently monstrous, but are the result of emotional torment and the desire to escape suffering. This portrayal of demons as victims of their circumstances raises questions about the nature of evil and whether it can be prevented or redeemed. Fact 117. The series' exploration of human nature is another strength of Demon Slayer. In many of the characters, both human and demon, are depicted with complex emotions and motivations. This complexity makes them feel real and relatable, even in a world filled with fantastical elements. Tanjiro's compassion for others, even his enemies, is a direct reflection of the series' focus on the humanity that exists in everyone, even those who appear to be monsters. By exploring the human side of its characters, Demon Slayer encourages viewers to consider the impact of empathy, kindness, and forgiveness, even in the most challenging situations. Fact 118. One of the most visually striking elements of Demon Slayer is its use of colors, especially in depicting the character's abilities and emotions. The breathing styles, for example, are often represented by vibrant colors and flowing dynamic patterns that symbolize the character's inner strength and emotions. The colors are not just aesthetic, they are symbolic, adding layers of meaning to the action. For instance, Tanjiro's water breathing is represented by fluid, calming blue tones, while Zenitsu's thunder breathing is symbolized by sharp, intense flashes of yellow, mirroring their personalities and emotional states. This thoughtful use of color enhances the emotional resonance of the series. Fact 119. The themes of perseverance and endurance are central to the journey of Tanjiro and his companions. Throughout the series, they face seemingly insurmountable challenges, but they continue to press forward, driven by their resolve to protect others. Tanjiro's journey, in particular, is one of constant growth, both in terms of his fighting abilities and his emotional maturity. The series shows that true strength is not just about physical power, but about the ability to endure and keep moving forward despite the hardships one faces. Tanjiro's unwavering determination in the face of adversity serves as a source of inspiration for the viewers. Fact 620. The structure of Demon Slayer is built around the idea of contrast between light and darkness, hope and despair, life and death. These contrasts are not just visual, but thematic, as the series constantly juxtaposes moments of joy and laughter with moments of intense sadness and loss. Tanjiro's journey is marked by these contrasts, as he constantly oscillates between the happiness of his memories and the painful reality of his mission. This balance between light and dark, good and evil, is what gives the series its emotional depth, making every moment of triumph feel that much more meaningful after the challenges the characters face. Fact 121. In Demon Slayer, the concept of healing is explored in both physical and emotional ways. Tanjiro's character is defined by his desire to heal, not just through physical battles, but also by his compassionate nature. Whether it's by saving a demon's humanity or mending his own broken heart after the loss of his family, Tanjiro's journey is deeply intertwined with the healing process. This theme reflects the broader message of the series, that true healing doesn't only come from defeating enemies or overcoming obstacles, but from understanding, empathy, and the ability to restore peace within oneself and others. Fact 122. The demons in Demon Slayer are not just monstrous enemies to be defeated, they are tragic figures who evoke sympathy. Each demon has a backstory filled with pain, sorrow, and regret. They were once human, and their transformation into demons is often the result of unbearable loss or betrayal. This makes the demons in Demon Slayer more than just antagonists. They are complex characters in their own right. By exploring their pasts, the series invites the audience to consider how tragedy can shape people's lives, making it clear that the line between good and evil is often not as clear as it may seem. Fact 123. The journey of Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu is a shared one, but each character's growth is unique. While Tanjiro's journey is primarily about protecting Nezuko and overcoming his grief, Inosuke and Zenitsu undergo their own transformations. Inosuke, with his wild boar like nature, learns the importance of self control and the value of friendship. Zenitsu, on the other hand, confronts his insecurities and learns to find courage even when consumed by fear. These parallel journeys of growth, while distinct, all converge in their shared goal of fighting for what is right, making their bond a central element of the story. Fact 124. The breathing styles in Demon Slayer are an essential part of the character's growth, both physically and emotionally. Each style is not just a fighting technique, but a representation of the character's inner strength and journey. Tanjiro's water breathing reflects his adaptability and calm nature, while Zenitsu's thunder breathing symbolizes his emotional intensity and flashes of courage. The breathing styles are not static. As the characters evolve, so too do their techniques, reflecting the personal growth they experience throughout the series. This connection between personal development and combat showcases the deeply intertwined nature of mind and body in the Demon Slayer universe. Fact 125. Demon Slayer explores the theme of legacy in a profound way. The legacies of past generations are passed down through the teachings of the Demon Slayer core, and each generation is faced with the task of continuing the fight against the demons. Tanjiro, as the son of a former demon slayer, carries the weight of his father's legacy. But his journey is also about carving out his own identity and determining what kind of legacy he will leave behind. The series illustrates that while we may be shaped by the past, we also have the power to shape the future with our choices. Fact 126. The emotional depth of Demon Slayer is one of the reasons it resonates so deeply with audiences. While the action scenes are intense and visually stunning, it is the quiet, introspective moments that make the story truly impactful. Tanjiro's inner monologues, the moments of reflection on his family and his memories, and his interactions with his friends all add layers of emotional complexity to the narrative. These moments allow the audience to connect with the characters on a deeper level, making the stakes of the battles they face feel more meaningful and their victories more rewarding. Fact 127. The demons in Demon Slayer are depicted as both powerful and tragic. Muzan Kibutsuji, the main antagonist, is a character driven by fear and a desire for immortality. His actions, while ruthless and unforgiving, are motivated by his own insecurities and desperation to remain in control. This adds an element of sympathy to his character, as the series explores the idea that even the most villainous figures are often shaped by their fears and desires. Demon Slayer suggests that those who commit heinous acts are not born evil, but are shaped by their circumstances and inner struggles. Fact 128. The series is filled with moments of quiet beauty that contrast with the intense action sequences. These moments often involve the characters reflecting on their pasts, their loved ones, and the journey they are on. Tanjiro's moments of peace, where he recalls his family or enjoys a brief moment of rest, provide a counterbalance to the constant tension of battle. These moments of tranquility are crucial to the emotional depth of the series, reminding the audience of what is truly at stake, not just victory, but the preservation of what makes life worth fighting for: love, family, and hope. Fact 129. The portrayal of strength in Demon Slayer goes beyond just physical power. Strength is also about resilience, perseverance, and emotional fortitude. Tanjiro's strength lies not in his ability to defeat demons, but in his unshakable determination to protect those he loves and his willingness to keep going despite the hardships he faces. The other characters, too, demonstrate strength in different ways. Zenitsu's courage in the face of his fears, Inosuke's ability to overcome his past trauma, and Nezuko's battle to retain her humanity all showcase the different forms that strength can take. Demon Slayer teaches that true strength is a balance of mind, body, and spirit fixed 130. One of the most striking aspects of Demon Slayer is its use of visual and auditory cues to deepen the emotional experience. The use of color as a light and shadow in the animation often reflects the character's internal struggles. For example, during intense battle scenes, the colors become more vivid and dynamic, reflecting the heightened emotions of the characters. In quieter moments, the colors soften, creating a sense of calm and reflection. The soundtrack, too, plays a key role in reinforcing the emotional tone of each scene. The combination of visuals and music heightens the emotional depth of the story, drawing the viewer into the character's world. Fact 131. The emotional depth of Demon Slayer is what truly sets it apart from other action-packed series. While there are countless battle scenes, each one is deeply rooted in the character's emotions. Tanjiro's fights are not just about defeating demons. They are expressions of his inner conflict, his love for his family, and his desire to protect those he cares about. These emotional stakes are what make the battles so impactful, as they reveal the character's growth, fears, and vulnerabilities. In Demon Slayer, every punch, every strike, every breath is imbued with a deeper emotional significance that resonates with the viewer. Fact 132. The importance of nature and the environment is another recurring theme in Demon Slayer. The lush forests, towering mountains, and tranquil rivers are not just beautiful backdrops. They represent the emotional landscapes of the characters. The natural world in the series is often depicted as both a source of peace and a place of danger, mirroring the duality of the character's experiences. For Tanjiro, nature symbolizes the world he must protect, while for others, it represents a space of personal growth and healing. The beauty of the environment adds to the series' emotional weight, showing how the characters' inner journeys are reflected in the world around them. Fact 133. The character's growth in Demon Slayer is not only physical, but also deeply emotional. Each character has their own personal struggles to overcome, and their development throughout the series is a journey of self-discovery. Zenitsu's growth from a fearful and insecure boy to a courageous warrior is a testament to the power of overcoming fear. Inosuke's arc, too, is one of learning humility and understanding the importance of friendship. Tanjiro's development, however, is the most profound as he learns to navigate grief, responsibility, and love. Their collective growth shows that strength comes from facing one's inner demons, not just external ones. Fact 134: Demon Slayer's portrayal of loss is incredibly poignant. Tanjiro's grief over losing his family is a driving force behind his journey, and the series doesn't shy away from showing the devastating impact of loss. Throughout the story, the characters experience the death of loved ones, the loss of innocence, and the emotional toll of their battles. The series shows that loss is an inevitable part of life, but it is also something that can be endured, and through it, the characters find strength, resolve, and meaning. The way Demon Slayer handles loss is raw and real, resonating deeply with audiences. Fact 135: The series' focus on themes of redemption is another layer of its emotional complexity. Many of the demons Tanjiro faces are tragic figures who have lost their humanity, but there is always a glimmer of their former selves. Demon Slayer doesn't just depict demons as evil beings, it shows them as victims of circumstances. Their tragic backstories add depth to the story, reminding viewers that no one is beyond redemption. Even in the darkest times, Demon Slayer offers the hope that through love, compassion, and understanding, there is always a chance for redemption, even for those who have fallen into darkness. Fact 136: The bond between Tanjiro and his friends is one of the most heartwarming aspects of Demon Slayer. Despite their differences, Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke share an unbreakable bond forged through their shared experiences and mutual respect. Zenitsu's cowardice and Inosuke's wild behavior are balanced by Tanjiro's kindness and sense of responsibility. Together, they grow not just as fighters, but as individuals, learning to trust and rely on each other. Their friendship is a testament to the power of connection, and their journey together highlights the importance of camaraderie and support in overcoming challenges. Fact 137: Nezuko's character is one of the most unique and compelling in Demon Slayer. As a demon, she struggles with her inner hunger, but she also retains her humanity, especially in her love for Tanjiro. The bamboo muzzle she wears symbolizes her constant battle to maintain her sense of self and her resistance to the demon inside her. Nezuko's journey is one of self-restraint, love, and redemption. She is not just a passive character, but an active participant in her own growth, constantly fighting to stay true to herself. Her strength, both physical and emotional, is a key part of the series' appeal. Fact 138: One of the most notable aspects of Demon Slayer is its ability to balance intense action with moments of quiet reflection. While the series is known for its visually stunning battles, it also takes the time to focus on the emotional growth of the characters. Tanjiro's quiet moments of contemplation, where he reflects on his family and his journey, provide a necessary contrast to the action scenes, reminding viewers that the heart of the series lies in the characters' emotional struggles. This balance between action and introspection is one of the key factors that make Demon Slayer so emotionally resonant. 139: The demons in Demon Slayer are a reflection of the darker aspects of human nature. While they are monstrous in their appearance and actions, their backstories reveal that they were once people who experienced pain, loss, and betrayal. Muzan Kibutsuji, the creator of the demons, is the embodiment of fear, power, and the desire for control. His transformation of humans into demons is a metaphor for how unchecked desires and emotions can corrupt the soul. The series suggests that the demons' humanity is not entirely lost, and their tragic stories raise important questions about the nature of evil and redemption. Fact 140: Demon Slayer is deeply influenced by Japanese culture and mythology. The demons, known as oni in Japanese folklore, are a central element of the series. The concept of the oni, creatures that embody evil and chaos, is reimagined in the series as beings that were once human. The use of traditional Japanese aesthetics, such as the kimono like designs of the characters and the incorporation of historical elements, adds a rich cultural layer to the story. This cultural depth enriches the world building in Demon Slayer, creating a world that feels both familiar and fantastical, steeped in the traditions and myths of Japan. Fact 141: The final moments of Demon Slayer are filled with bittersweet emotions as the characters face the culmination of their journeys. Tanjiro, after everything he has endured, is able to reflect on the lessons he has learned, the friends he has made, and the sacrifices that have been made along the way. These closing moments not only provide a sense of closure, but also reflect the theme of resilience that has been present throughout the series. The characters have faced unimaginable challenges, yet they are stronger for it. Their stories serve as a reminder that even in the darkest times, there is always hope. Fact 142: One of the standout qualities of Demon Slayer is the way it handles themes of hope and perseverance. Even in the face of overwhelming despair, the characters never give up. Tanjiro, despite losing his family and his sense of peace, continues to fight for others and for a way to save his sister, Nezuko. This unrelenting hope is central to the series, showing that no matter how many times life knocks us down, we have the ability to rise again. The series encourages viewers to believe that no matter how difficult the journey, there is always a chance for redemption and a better tomorrow. Fact 143: Demon Slayer is deeply concerned with the concept of sacrifice, both physical and emotional. Many of the characters, especially the Demon Slayers, are willing to sacrifice their well being for the sake of others. Tanjiro sacrifices his peace of mind, his safety, and his personal happiness in his quest to protect Nezuko and defeat the demons. The Hashira, too, have given up their lives in service to the cause, enduring immense physical and emotional pain. These sacrifices underscore the core theme of the series: that love, loyalty, and duty to others are worth enduring hardship and loss. Fact 144: The demons in Demon Slayer serve not only as antagonists but also as tragic figures. Many demons, such as Rui and Kanao, were once human, and their transformation into monsters is the result of deep personal pain, loss, and trauma. Their backstories are explored in great depth, offering insight into their motivations and the circumstances that led them to become demons. This exploration of tragedy gives depth to the villains, showing that they are not merely evil beings, but people who have been shaped by the harshness of life. In many ways, Demon Slayer suggests that no one is beyond redemption. Fact 145: The bonds between the characters in Demon Slayer are central to the emotional weight of the series. Tanjiro's relationship with Nezuko is the emotional core, but his friendships with Zenitsu and Inosuke are just as vital. Despite their vastly different personalities, the trio shares a bond forged through mutual respect, shared hardship, and a desire to protect each other. Their friendship, built on these shared experiences, shows the power of human connection. Even in a world filled with demons and monsters, the bond between these three characters demonstrates that the power of friendship and loyalty can help overcome the darkest times. Fact 146. The role of mentorship is pivotal in Demon Slayer as it shapes the paths of Tanjiro and his companions. Tanjiro's training under Sakonji Urokodaki is not just about learning combat techniques, but also about learning to live with purpose and honor. The guidance of mentors like Urokodaki and later the Hashira teaches the characters that strength isn't just about power, but about discipline, responsibility, and humility. The mentorship in Demon Slayer illustrates that growth comes from not only mastering one's skills, but from understanding the deeper values that drive those skills and how they are used to protect others. Fact 147. The importance of memory plays a significant role in Demon Slayer. Tanjiro constantly reflects on the memories of his family, especially his mother, who imparted a deep sense of love, responsibility, and compassion to him. These memories are not only his source of strength, but also his moral compass, guiding him through moments of doubt and fear. Nezuko's own memories of her family also play a crucial part in her resistance to her demon nature. The power of memory in the series is a reminder that our past experiences, the people we love, and the lessons we learn shape who we are and who we can become. Fact 148. The concept of fate and free will is explored deeply in Demon Slayer, particularly through Tanjiro's journey. Tanjiro's life is marked by tragedy, but he never lets the circumstances of his fate define him. He chooses to fight, to protect his sister, and to honor the memories of his family. While fate may have led him down a difficult path, it is his choices that define him. This tension between destiny and self-determination is central to the story, showing that while we may not have control over everything in our lives, the choices we make shape our path and who we become. Fact 149. Demon Slayer's strength lies in its deep emotional resonance and its ability to portray the human condition through fantastical means. While the characters fight demons, the true battle is often within themselves. Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke must all confront their own weaknesses, fears, and doubts. This internal struggle makes their journey feel personal and relatable. The demons they fight are often symbolic of their own internal battles, representing the fears, pain, and trauma they must overcome. In this way, Demon Slayer teaches viewers that the true enemy is often the darkness within, and the greatest victory comes from conquering that darkness. Fact 150. The lasting impact of Demon Slayer is not just in its action or its world building, but in the emotional connection it creates with its viewers. The series' themes of love, sacrifice, growth, and resilience resonate deeply with audiences, leaving a lasting impression. The characters, their journeys, and their struggles become a part of the viewer's emotional landscape, making their victories and losses feel personal. Demon Slayer is a reminder that the greatest stories are not just about the battles fought, but about the emotional growth of the characters who fight them. It teaches us that strength comes not just from the body, but from the heart. Thank you for joining me on this gentle journey through the world of Demon Slayer. May the strength and compassion of Tanjiro and his companions stay with you as you drift into peaceful sleep. Let their resilience and love for one another inspire calmness in your heart. As you close your eyes, know that the struggles you face, like those of our heroes, are all part of your growth. Sleep softly, and may your dreams be filled with light and hope. Good night, and rest well.